Good morning, Zeo here, and if you hadn't subscribed to the channel, you should go ahead and do so now. There's been quite a few developments when it comes to the whole Last of Us Naughty Dog sort of, thing that's happening. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's at least a couple of videos that I've done the past few days. It sort of explains it. They're not all about Naughty Dog, of course. There's some about Square Enix because they're having a similar thing happen, of course. But with all that, it has been a very, very long night for me, and I'm probably going to be struggling to get this out today. So let's just get into it, shall we? But here we go. They apparently now know who leaked the stuff. So we're going to go through somewhat of a TLDR of what's going on, just in case you're not up to speed on what's happening right now. So you got The Last of Us Part 2, right? Anticipated game. People are waiting for it. It then got put into permanent hiatus because of the coof. And sometime after that, I think actually I read somewhere that there is now a release date for it, but I'm not really sure what it is. So I apologize. However, so leaks happened, and we're not talking about little tiny leaks of this, that, and the other. We're talking about major leaks. And I, out of curiosity, have taken a look at said leaks. I'm not going to leak it, or I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'm sorry, just in case you don't want to be spoiled. But at the same time, I can now say I completely understand why people were upset. The Last of Us is not my game, right? It's not a game that I'm interested in, nor really cared for in the past. However, I do sympathize with everybody who's quite upset about what they were going to be doing with The Last of Us Part 2. I totally understand it. But anyway, so stuff got leaked and things hit the wall, right? DMCA started flying, copyright claims started flying, Naughty Dog claiming things, Sony claiming things, third parties apparently representing the other two started claiming things. People were getting struck down left and right for just the mere mention of The Last of Us Part 2 leaks, right? Of course, also Google, and this is going to be me putting on a little bit of a tinfoil hat for a second, is suppressing these videos, of course. The reason I say that is because, being a very small channel, I kind of sort of can see where my analytics, of course, are going and stuff, and when it comes to this, it starts to take off, and then out of nowhere, it's done for the day, and then some. There's no traffic driving to my my videos, while other previous videos on similar topics and stuff didn't have that problem, right? So I feel like YouTube is helping to suppress this kind of stuff. So if you ain't got a large following, chances are your video's not getting many views or anything. If you happen to have found this one, feel free to share it, give it a like, and share it somewhere other than YouTube, so maybe some people can see it, because I've got theories, I've got questions about this in particular. But anyway, so all that happened, right? And word on the street, of course, is the leaker is a disgruntled employee, right? That's what the reports were saying. That's what people were finding out. That's what it was, and it's a plausible thing, right? Apparently, what has happened now, it's not confirmed, but according to some sources, to certain publications out there, the upper management over at Naughty Dog applied to get their bonuses for, I guess, The Last of Us 2, which is a whole other thing that I'm really interested in, because we saw something similar with Borderlands, right? Where, what was it? Randy Pitchford in 2016 got a $12 million bonus for Borderlands 3 before Borderlands 3 even really took off in development, right? And then when it came down to giving the developers and the employees their bonuses, it's not as big as we promised. So that it's the whole bonus thing that I'm getting at that is really interesting. So these people got their bonuses, right? They asked could they get it early. They were able to get it. However, it turns out, according to these sources and stuff, the rest of the employees, the devs, were like, hey, can we do the same thing? Can we get our bonuses early because of the certain coof that is happening? And they were denied that, right? They were told, nope, not gonna happen. And then to top it all off, the game was put into a definite hold on development because the pandemic. And that's why a lot of employees wanted their things their bonuses so they could be able to survive the pandemic while being not working and stuff. It's a logical thing to ask for, especially if it's supposed to go to you anyway. So then a disgruntled employee of some kind leaked everything out, right? That's the story so far. Now, according to Sony, that is not the actual story, which is where we're going to go ahead and start activating our almonds a little bit and get to thinking about what actually happened, because in my opinion, if this is true, right, there's a lot worse going on behind the scenes, and I'll explain that when we get to it, of course. But we've got an article here, and in the article, we've got a statement from Sony. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. But Sony has apparently identified the people, the peoples who did the leaking, right? But SIE has identified the primary individuals responsible for the unauthorized release of The Last of Us 2 assets. They are not affiliated with Naughty Dog or SIE. We are unable to comment further because the information is subject to an ongoing investigation. That's all we're taking from this article. It will be linked down in the description down below if you want to read the rest of it, but I think it pretty much just goes over a lot of the other stuff, and I guess maybe there's some speculation in here. I didn't really read this article. I just wanted that part right there, because that's the part I saw in a screen cap somewhere on Twitter, I think. Anyway, so back to the thing. Individuals, people who are not affiliated with Naughty Dog or Sony Entertainment, right? That's an issue. That's a major issue. So here's my scenarios of what has happened here. Scenario 1. There was a disgruntled employee, and the disgruntled employee, due to the previous mentioned reasons, leaked all of this stuff. All right? Plausible. Could happen. There's been a lot of things going on with Naughty Dog compared to Crunch, among other things that have been coming out that pretty much paints Naughty Dog in a really bad light to work for. But at the same time, some of this stuff kind of comes with the territory, like Crunch. Whether you like it or not, it comes with the territory. But, there seems to be quite a bit of things for people to get upset with at Naughty Dog for. Now, scenario 2 still gets leaked by an employee, right? However, this disgruntled employee doesn't do the leaking themselves per se. Instead, they hand off all the files to a third party or parties who then disseminate it across the interwebs, right? So they're still leaking it to somebody in particular or some buddies, and then they are the ones who actually put it onto the interwebs for everybody to see. Still, an employee is still leaking it, you know, but technicality wise, among other things. So, scenario 3 is the one where I guess the tinfoil hat comes into play, because this also could be a plausible thing. However, don't really have any evidence to back anything up. Of course, I don't really have evidence for anything other than based on their statement, right? So they've identified the people's responsible who are not affiliated with either company, correct? Now, how does one obtain that kind of stuff, all of those leaks, those videos, and everything else in details, if they do not work directly with it inside the company and have access to it? That's a question. You can answer it if you want to. If not, all right, let's go. It was hacked. Plain and simple. So Sony has experienced a hack not that long ago, and it revealed a lot of things, right? What if somebody hacked into the systems over at Naughty Dog and obtained all this stuff while they were rummaging through things, and then put it out there onto the interwebs, or a group of people hacked it and got all this stuff and put it onto the interwebs? Not only do they have all this stuff leaking that they are now trying to silence, and the Streisand effect is in full swing as a result, but they also have been hacked, which is another thing to, I guess, worry about. If they, depending on what systems were compromised, that could be very, very bad. And since the last time, you know, say Sony got hacked, they tried to keep it under the rug for the longest time until they couldn't anymore. You know, maybe the scenario played out with they got hacked, they got all this stuff, and then there were demands issued, right? And they didn't, you know, go with the demands or whatever, and they hackers, of course, released all the information. That's a plausible thing that could have happened. There was something else too. Oh yeah, there's also the possibility that the person or persons who leaked this are higher up in the company and they are being protected. That's scenario 4. I guess there's 4 scenarios, right? Scenario 4, after being hacked, is the one who actually leaked it is pretty high up in the company somewhere. They found out, and now they need a scapegoat. So these imaginary third-party people who are unaffiliated are now the scapegoat. Who knows? You know, maybe it's somebody they can't exactly get rid of, but, you know, they were upset with the direction of the game or something and kind of had to go with it because somebody even higher than them or whatever decided that's what they were going to do. I don't know. I'm just sort of throwing out some things at this point. But it's also somebody that they can't just get rid of, so they need to find a scapegoat for it, for various reasons. That's a possibility as well. Anyway, it's late, and I don't think my brain can take much more, to be totally honest. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, because I have apparently ticked off some people. It happens. It happens. I'm sorry. I have opinions. You may not like them. But other than that, thanks for stopping by. I really enjoy the fact that you're watching this. If you made it this far, comment down below something funny, I guess, if you made it this far. I got nothing. Anyway, we're just going to end it. Yeah, I'll just talk to y'all later. See ya.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course, there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.